If your child has issues at school, do you step in right away to fix it? Parenting expert Michelle McVittie joins us now with some tips on how to empower your child and why it's so important that, they kind of step up for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like there's some children that need more support, and it's really about scaffolding, right? So we're building skills at home, we're pushing them outside of their comfort zone when we're around, when then translate to school. How can we take these skills to go to school? And if they're struggling, let's work as a team with the school to say, how can we continue building those habits and those skills and working with the school so it's not an avoidance or parents jumping in to fix or rescue. Right?
So an example would be, oh, my child doesn't, gets really nervous, gets really anxious, so I don't want them presenting in front of the class.
Yes, absolutely. And as a parent, you think, I want my child to want to go to school, and this is going to really be distressing to them. But we can validate that in the child and then say, how do we take one step forward? So maybe I'll record you at home first to practice. Then maybe you can do it in front of the teacher, and then maybe half the class and the full class. But that's going to take a conversation with the school.
And that's going to take a lot of time.
It's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it depends on how distressed the child is, if there's an anxiety disorder, but really working with the school to say, how do we build and get the child to that point? Because today it's presenting in front of your classroom, and then it turns into high school and a job and just life, being able to go into the grocery store and buy something. That's from practicing in all different ways, and in school is one of those ways.
Because I run into so many people now, not all, but like really young kids where like they won't, they're afraid to look at you.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, for sure. And I think,
and it's like, oh, well, he or she is shy, so
yes,
don't engage with them.
Absolutely.
How is that helping?
It's not helping, right? So how can they respond? Can they wave? Can they smile? Can they put how old they are? Can they put hands up? But it's really pushing them one step forward. And then even at school, we've got children with behavioral concerns as well. But what is going on there? And then how can the school support? What are the options? A lot of parents don't even know what the supports are. So let's have a meeting. Let's connect and say, we're working on emotional regulation at home. We're working on structure and routine. We're using things for transitions, like using the when, then, or first, then. How can that incorporate into the classroom? And who's going to wrap around this child to support them so they don't feel like they're always getting in trouble, right?
Because we want to protect them. We want to,
yes.
But do you bubble wrap them?
I know, and I always say, are you protecting or are you preparing? And when you protect a child and you fix and you rescue too much, you're stopping them from building resiliency. If you say, don't worry, you don't have to take the bus, I'll drive you, eventually the child is like, I don't think I can take the bus. And we want to teach that. And some parents, one parent will do one thing, another parent will do another. It gets a little confusing for the child. And then they kind of bargain, well, who's home today? What can I get away with? And then the other parent might be like, enough is enough, and we're not doing this anymore. And it's like, wait a minute, you've been taking care of me and doing things, and now cold turkey? You just want me to take a bus by myself? No way. So we need to build skill, scaffold, and work with who's around you, the community, the family, and let your child know, I see that this is hard for you, but you've got this, and let's take one step forward.
Maybe even letting them know, like, hey, when I was your age, this was really hard for me too.
Absolutely.
Here's what I did.
Absolutely. As long as you hear them first, right? Because if you jump in too quickly with, that's what I dealt with, and then they feel like, well, now you're making it about me. But absolutely. Absolutely. Would it help you to know that sometimes I answer incorrectly, that I made a mistake in my last meeting?
Yeah.
And does that mean that everybody is thinking badly of me? No. There's no proof of that.
Okay. You've always got such great hints. We're going to link up your social media accounts with our website, chch.com/morninglive. Thanks, Michelle.
My pleasure.